Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to ATM Spellbound. So since the last episode, it has been a little bit of time. You'll notice that I did a bit of decorating in this room. I'm not done because we're going to have a bunch of armor stands and like weapons hanging up and stuff like that in here. Some of which we still have yet to collect. And then some of which we just have to display. But I did put all of our Twilight Forest trophies out. And an extra of the Urgas just because it's my favorite because it wiggles around. And I got to kind of hang our dead dragons up. And I've still got to kind of shape up some of this, of course, but these are just plotting out, you know. And ran some lights across just to kind of use some of that vertical space and whatnot. So lots of decorating in this room because this is going to be kind of like our big... Because it's our ATM star room, so it's got to be like our big sort of trophy room as well. And, you know, a few setups. I've got to finish doing our Mana and Artifice pylons or conduits. And I want to make the armor set from that and some stuff like that in here. And I noticed something after last episode. I guess because we crafted the ATM stars, something has happened out here. If we take a look... we have these big magic circles that are starting to form. Now, these are Maho Jian from Maho Sakai. This is what I was talking about that, you know, I really liked about the mod. Maho Jian projectors. So, I set up a few of those. I'll add a few more, but to kind of give the top of the castle this big sort of like magic-y rings around it. That is, I think the size limit is 100 for the rings, but I can increase the ring size to probably bring it out more. I've got ring height is 15 at the moment, but if I set this to like, let's say 100, can I do 100 on the ring height? I sure can. Ha! It's probably a bit much, but there we go. Oh, wow. I actually like that. Yeah, let's keep that. We're going to have ring size 100 and circle size 100 for this, like, massive circle. I'm still kind of playing with these, but I'm just having a little bit of fun. And it's really cool because the size, if you notice, if you get far enough away, they kind of get, like, a fog effect and their colors sort of change. And I love that. I wish you could have like the multicolor like that, because how it's darker pink and then lighter pink. But this is so big that it kind of gets that effect, because it's always fogged at some end, you know. But anyways, enough about that. I've just been playing with circles a bit, because I'd actually went ahead and I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and move on into the next recording. Because this weekend I was trying to set myself up so that I could spend maybe like the better part of a day on here just building. You know, I've got a lot of cleanup things to do and stuff. And the more I can get done before kind of the wrap-up point, the better. Because I know once we get to the end of the normal recordings and we're getting ready for the final world tour and stuff, I want to take probably a week or so, give or take probably a week, maybe 2 weeks. It depends on how much I get done ahead of time, because I want to get all the decorating and stuff done that I want to get done for this. And I haven't been able to build a lot lately because of various things, real life stuff going on, Enigmatica, and it kind of being at that really early grind part, but I'm starting to kind of push past that. And then, of course, ATM Star, you know, that's a thing. And like Vintage Story, I've had to just kind of put on pause until this series ends, because three big series, like build and crafting heavy series, it's like impossible to run them all at the same time. But the more I can get done before kind of that wrap up point, the better, I think. So, but I was going to start into kind of the next recording, and then I realized that I didn't have any essence left, and we have to have essence to start into Project E. So I was like, well, I'm going to do a bit of decorating and play with Maho Jian circles. And but anyways, today we are going to start into Project E. Kind of just push on into this, and then that way we can get more keys and stuff like that as well. Now, the very first thing we're going to have to do, of course, is create our Philosopher Stone It is an altered recipe within this pack. Not too bad for us at this point. So 2 Insanium, and then we're going to need 12 Supremium Ingot blocks as well. And we're pretty good on Essence at this point, and I can compact that as well. There's that. And then we're going to need 2 Insanium and then just an ATM star to craft this. Originally, I was actually going to work on that Botania Hall, but circles instead. So blame Maho Sakai. Okay, so let's go ahead and lay this out. And I want to say this is the only thing that takes mechanical crafting. I could be wrong. I didn't look too in depth at Project E, because I figured, well, whatever it is, I think we can handle it at this point. So all the Modium and then Unobtainium on the end from the top, and then it alternates like that, like that, like that. These mechanical crafters are a bit slow, and I'm kind of not used to them, even though we were crafting the ATM star and it wasn't like super fast. I think it was still a little bit faster than this one. But I've gotten kind of used to my Enigmatica machines, which are like full speed, and they're like, shoo, they just craft everything like super, super fast. So I'm not used to these slow machines. But there is our Philosopher's Stone. And I guess we're going to have to shoot pretty much straight for the fuels. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's get... Yeah, that's going to take fuel too. Okay, yeah, we'll just start it off with the Alchemical Coal then. So give me a stack of that. You know what? Give me like 4 stacks of that, just to be on the safe side. And then for Mobius fuel, that's just alchemical fuel. So give me a stack of that. Oh, and actually, let's see. Since we're done with the mechanical crafter, let's leave that room. And let's go up to our trophy room, because I kind of want to set up a transmutation tablet up there too. And what's it take for the transmutation tablet? It's alchemy table, red matter, dark matter. Okay, never mind. And then for the Aeternalis fuel, there we go. Quest completed. And then we can start digging into Covalence Dust. So there's 40 low Covalence Dust. Medium is... it's dark matter. Okay, so in that case, we're probably going to have to push on... They actually gated this a little bit. It's not bad, but they did gate it a little bit. So Aeternalis fuel and all the Modium block. It's 8 Aeternalis, which we've got that, so that's not a problem. Okay, so let's pop over to the Botania area then. Okay, so for dark matter, for our initial bits of dark matter, wow. I mean, it's not difficult, but... And then what's red matter? Red matter is... Whew. Yeah, I'm going to get more coal. I've got, I'm sure, tons of coal ore. Yeah, 4,000. And that's just what's in the system. That's not even counting what's in the ore farm. So let's go ahead, that, and then that. Let me grab this. Oh, wow, that's a lot of mana. Because, mind you, that's 2 Gaia spreaders feeding into this. Okay, that's finally done. I was debating, there's a couple ways that we could go about doing this. Because that would take forever. We could automate it, but I mean, it would still be slow. Or we could set it up down in the enchanting room and do it that way. Or, I have a better idea, I think. Let me get that. Just to speed up this one, I'm only going to make 2 of these, I think. I think I'm going to bypass all of this and bypass having to make any red matter too. There we go. We could make lenses, but I don't know. Well, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I only need 6. Velocity, velocity, velocity. And then we'll go potency, potency, potency. Just to speed this up a little bit. But I've got a plan. Because I was looking at how everything was gated. And we can actually use a little trick to bypass all of it. That's a bit fast. I mean, it would still be horrible to have to even craft 36 of this. But there's a lot of little workarounds in Project A, and so we're going to use one of those. Because at first I was like, well, energy condenser's not terrible. That's only 36. And of course, the transmutation table is gated. But... No, wait a second. Aha! Okay, yeah, I will have to craft some red matter. Let's see. I actually don't have a quest at all for what I'm going to do. But I'm going to need a couple crafts of this. But it's not terrible at the moment, so. And I've got enough stuff on me to pull it off. Let's go ahead at this point. We are going to need some Alf steel. And basically the key item to our plan is going to be the Covalence Dust. That's going to be the most important thing. Because I was looking through and it feels like a lot of it is gated to have you crafting a decent amount of dark matter, but we're just going to craft a little bit of it. Like if you were following the quest, this would be painful, especially if you went to craft to go straight for the alchemy table. Like, oh my gosh, it would be awful. Because the alchemy table takes 18 red matter, and that's 18 crafts of this, not to mention each one of these taking 3 dark matter. That's a lot of mana. I mean, granted, we have infinite mana, so if we wanted to, we could just set it up with the everlasting guilty pool and have that just feeding like 20, 30, 40, 50 Gaia spreaders, and then even take it a step further and automate it. And if it was gated a little bit more, then that's the route that we would take. But I like the fact, that's one thing. I'm not a big fan of Project A, as you guys know. Of course, it's so late in the pack, it doesn't really matter. We can just, it's fine. But I like seeing the transmutation table not up front, and you have to like kind of look at it. And you know, it took me a second because normally transmutation table is like the first thing you go for. But it was like, well, what do I want to do? Because there's actually a few options here, but no, actually, I don't even have to have the Covalence Dust to do this. Now that I think about it, all I need is 2 dark matter. It's a little bit more awkward, in my opinion, to use it this way, but yeah, we could do it without it. Yeah, let's do that, and that way we actually won't ever have to craft red matter through the Starlight method. What we're going to do is we're just going to make a gem of eternal density. There we go. No quest for this, but let's see. We're going to set the target to let's start off with dark matter, I guess. Or no, let's start off with red matter. And we're going to set this as a whitelist. And all we're going to allow it to accept right now is all the modium. And let's see, what's the EMC? 64 million for red matter. Yeah, we've actually got enough here to make a piece of red matter, actually. So we're just going to shift right click. There we go. We have red matter. And then we'll just turn this off now. Because this can basically just compress whatever you set it to any of these things. And so we can just make our red matter that way. Instead of, so really make 2 dark matter and then you're set. Okay, so now what we're going to do, it's a little bit of a process to get to the transmutation table, but it's not going to be bad at all. But let's go ahead, let's make this a little bit easier on us, and let's get an alchemical chest. Whoops, I need the high covalence dust. The high covalence dust. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to get our alchemical chest. To me, this is just an easier method for it. Let me grab this back out. Storage upgrade. Okay, and at this point, we can pretty much, we're done with Britannia. We don't have to make any red matter through Starlight. And this little nook here is going to be our Project A nook, I think. So we'll set up our alchemical chest here. And this is going to be the key to everything. Let me go ahead and... I think this... It's been a while. I think this has to be active while it's in the chest. And then it basically sees this entire inventory as its inventory. I mean, like I said, you can do this without the chest if you want, but... what's my target? Current target's red matter. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to all the mod. And surely by now you would have something to compress, you know, to get your EMC. But we throw that in. Shoom, 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 shoom. And you can see it's got some stored EMC. Basically, it's eating all of this, and it keeps whatever's left over, whatever it can't use to craft the red matter. So this is going to nom through all that. And then... whoops. That's fine. I don't care. Then we're going to set this up to do dark matter. And it's still only going to do the stuff that's on your whitelist while it's in there. So just a heads up. But we're going to throw that in there. There we go. 41 dark matter. What do you know? Okay. And now at this point... Oh, no. We got 52 dark matter. Let's go ahead, get 2 dark matter blocks, which technically at this point we could get the energy condenser, which basically, since we're really just making dark matter, it doesn't really matter. But if we wanted to make other things, we could use the energy condenser. But I don't know. Is there a quest for the... Yeah, there actually is a quest for the energy condenser. Well, what's it take for the transmutation table? 1,000,000 life points. Over 12,000 ticks. Wow. Luckily we have time in a bottle and we have good blood generation. That, and this actually might consume the Philosopher's Stone, so I may end up having to make another one. And let's toss in our dark matter, our unobtainium, our red matter, our Philosopher's Stone. Now this isn't going to be a high enough tier orb. What's the... Because I actually need another blood orb. Another top tier one. Weak blood shard. Alright, for our Tau fruit, let's go ahead. We need to actually set up a proper place for this. It's kind of overdue. It's not something that we use a ton, but let's put in some rich soil. And let's go ahead, toss that down. Oh no, I don't want bone meal. Okay, well you want to play it that way. I've got Eternalis fuel. Let's go ahead and speed that up. Oh, we can actually change the recipe in this. Alright, so there's our enchanted ash. Let's go ahead and just put this down. I wonder if I do that, if it can get out the corners. I guess we will find out. You don't see me. Don't worry about it. And now we just have to wait for it to grow. It should keep the skeleton inside of there. I love how the skeleton's just like, I don't see nothing. It might be, maybe the enchanted ash keeps him from doing anything. There we go. There we go. Keep going. Keep going. It's already saturated tau. It just needs to reach full growth now. There we go. No, don't shoot me. Ah, it kills you. Oh well, that's saturated tau, and it's not like I'm really going to need any more of it. There you are. This is a strange direction we've taken. We're actually doing blood magic. Okay, so there's that. Go ahead and toss that in. And we'll get our new nifty blood orb. Okay. So now, assuming that this stays filled, I might need an orb of blood, or a rune of blood down there. Nope, it's going to craft. Now, it is going to take like 1,000,000 years, so... Hiya! Oh, okay. The progress bar just wasn't updating. There is... Oh, and it doesn't consume the Philosopher Stone. How nice. There's that. And I don't need this stuff anymore. We skipped you, Britannia. Wow, that drained my my network so bad. But that's okay. It's shooting back up, so... Okay, so now we can go ahead and warp on back at this point. We have our Transmutation Table. And we're going to set this up. It's not really what I had in mind. Well, I'll tell you what, though. Yeah, that'll work. I might adjust it, but now, what do we need? Out of curiosity, is there a recipe for... the Tome of Knowledge? No, there's not. Okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to take our Alchemical Coal, throw it into there, and it's going to say Learned, and it's going to give us some EMC, and now we know how to make Alchemical Coal. And we can do that. We can do that. And at this point, I really don't need Aeternalis fuel or any of this stuff. But if I pull this up, what does it take to make the portable version? Dark matter blocks. Let's go ahead and learn dark matter. And can I go ahead and get some dark matter? Low covalence. Sure. Medium covalence. Sure. Oh, medium and high don't have EMC, just low. Okay. Well, let me get some more dark matter. And then at this point, I don't know if it's going to consume this. Probably not. Usually I want to say that it doesn't, but let's go ahead and get 4 dark matter blocks. Let's go ahead and make the Transmutation Tablet. It does consume it. So I will probably need to make another one. Because I think there's a quest for it, right? No, there's not a quest. Okay, perfect. But I probably will end up making another one, just for decorative purposes. But all of our recipes are in here. That's great. Let's go ahead, just feed it a bunch of junk. And what do they even want us making? All the armor and stuff. Well, let me go ahead and feed it some red matter. Let's teach it that. There's just some dark matter. Low covalence. I don't need that. And I'm just going to dump that Covalence Dust into there. Also, at this point, I would like to teach it how to make Key of Enlightenment. Because this is actually really important that we learn this one. There we go. And I was missing, I think, 2. So let's go ahead and buy 2 Keys of Enlightenment. And now we can basically infinitely expand our mind. Thanks to Project E. We can have it all. Okay, so let's go ahead... get our last 2 Sparks of Knowledge at this point. We go ahead and drop that in there. And then I need the Dark Nether Stars. And I don't need Spark of Knowledge anymore. Let's get... Oh, you know what? I've never taught it that. Oh, we can make obsidian ingots for 176 EMC. Does any of this stuff... Dark Nether Star blocks have a very low EMC. Interesting. So we could just do it that way instead of having to work for it. So let's just grab ourselves. We have a ton of EMC. 5. Yeah, sounds good. And of course, really, I could just teach it that. Oh, gosh. Such a goofy mod. Like, I know it's always been a really popular mod. I've just been like, why? It's so silly. Like, you just make... It's basically like creative mode, except you have to pay. You know? Of course, not everything is in here, but usually there's a lot of workaround type things. Like, things that you can make to ease making things in a lot of cases. It doesn't seem like a whole lot's added to this pack, though. But Patrick Star has an EMC. What? Okay, well, we need one for a quest later. Let's go ahead and teach it Patrick Star. There you go. Now I know how to make Patrick Stars. Okay, there's another ATM star. Hooray! Alright. Of course, to be fair, you don't get Project E in this pack until the point where it's like everything's kind of goofy because you just like wreck everything and you have like tons of stuff and all that. So, of course, we will be missing a creative essence, but I might actually be able to swing it at this point. Yeah, let's see if we can swing that final essence. We might just be able to. I don't know what the Wixies are doing. They used to run this just fine, but I think something's happened to them. That's okay, because they're about to get removed. I'm letting them run at the moment because I am going to have to make seeds, you know? And I knew I needed some for Project E and little things like that, but their days are now numbered. Actually, I know I'm not going to have enough for this. I'm still going to be a little ways off on that. Yeah, that stuff doesn't have EMC either. No. Okay. Anyways, back to what we were doing. So, dark matter boots. Yeah, let's go ahead. Just give me a bunch of dark matter. We'll go ahead and make the armor and stuff. Quest completed. Quest completed. And naturally, we're going to be putting this onto an armor sand. Let's actually do it on this one. And then we do have to make the, I think pretty much all of the dark matter tools. So let's get the dark matter pick. Quest completed. Dark matter axe. Quest completed. Shovel. Sword. And probably end up hanging these up on like a shelf or something like that, but there's that. Shears. Hammer. And then over here they just want the super tools, basically. And that's going to be dark matter boots and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and these take the tools. Do I want to make duplicate copies? I am going to make duplicate copies of the armor for sure. Not much red matter, no. Okay, what about unobtainium blocks? This was what we were supposed to actually use to make the red matter, but we skipped that. We said, no, we did enough Starlight crafting recently. I think we're good. Oh, wow. Not much. This is, of course, this is 64 million, so... I'll tell you what, we haven't learned Vibranium, and I think... What? I think this is, yeah, this is about double what the other one is. There we go. Give me all that. And there's 52. That should be enough. Okay. Give us all the red matter. Alright, now we can get our red matter helmet. And there is like the upgraded versions. I don't know that I'm going to worry about it because I'm not going to be wearing this stuff. Like this armor really, it's got some nifty add-ons like step up and super jump and stuff like that. But that's stuff that you would have already been able to obtain through baubles and spells and different things within this pack. And then let's see, yeah, it's night vision, infernal armor, gravity greaves, which is like super jump, and then hurricane boots for step assist, and I want to say it's like super speed. Yeah, 2 times, I think. So, yeah. Okay, but there is our Project E armors. And then, I don't know why I keep coming back to this spot, because the portable tablet makes you portable. So, then let's go ahead and get the red matter pick. I might need actually a little bit of dark matter here. Let me just get a little bit of that. Throw it into the system. And then we'll get the red matter axe, shovel, sword, hoe. What task? Oh, I bet it's the weapon task, I imagine. There's the shears, the hammer, Then we can get the Qatar and the Morning Star. Ha! About a stack of any of these and you can go the whole way. Alright, so there's that. Now, oh yeah, we still have to do the energy condenser. What's the recipe for this one? Okay, they're both just like defaultish, I think. I tell you what though, you eat through all the modium stuff. To do this, for sure. But luckily, like our 30,000 all the modium, it came in handy. There we go. There's 2.5 billion EMC. Are the rune forges working? Yeah, I mean, they're working. They're smelting. But I think they're just smelting probably all the modium right now, I imagine. Because I think it was like front up on the list, so... okay, so let's turn our attention over. I'll tell you what I need to do. Something that I didn't do. And it would actually be super handy. Let me get the EMC learned for these blocks. Just so I can just order things by the block. There you go. Okay, now let me get 3 dark matter blocks. And then we can get the... energy condenser. Well, if we have an alchemical chest, I'm going to go ahead and make a new one because they're dirt cheap at this point. And then there is our energy condenser. Okay, and then for the Mark II, it's just 4 red matter, 4 dark matter. And these cost 500 million each. Luckily, we got the EMC to pull it off. There is our energy condenser Mark II. Ha ha ha. And this, of course, we could auto-feed items into it, stuff like that. It's good to, I mean, if you're actually taking Project E seriously, it's good to convert trash cans, even for things like cobblestone, into energy condensers. And actually, we used it on Stacia, right? Because I remember early in Stacia, because you could get the energy collector Mark I, I actually used it to make like glowstone and blaze powder and stuff. I think all the alchemical coal and stuff was disabled, but I remember we used it for like glowstone generator and coal generator, basically from like a charcoal farm maybe or something like that, or mob farm, I don't know, something like that. Okay, so now I think now it's just the Klein star battle. Yeah, just Klein stars, and the initial Klein star is super cheap. Okay. Now, the way you do Klein stars, the proper way, is you make one. This is how compression should be done. You make one, you put it into here, you learn it, you grab 4, and then you repeat the process. So, Klein stars way. There we go. And then we're going to learn that one. And then we're going to grab 4. And then we're going to make our next Klein star. Dre. There we go. And then next up we have Veer. There we go. Which actually I don't need this red matter and stuff lying around, so let's go ahead and melt that. And that should give me plenty. Next up we have Sphere. And then we have our final tier. So 6 million. Oh yeah, we can... Dark matter's so much more expensive than Klein stars. For some reason... I think there was a time where Klein stars were a lot more expensive, right? Maybe I'm crazy. But I seem to remember Klein stars being more expensive than red matter, but I don't know. But then we can get our Klein star Omega. And this can store EMC, basically. Which we're going to go ahead, we're going to burn it, and then we're going to take it. Because why not? We can equip it. It's another equip slot that we're not currently using. So, there we go. We have a Klein star now. And we have completed the Endgame chapter. Now, we're not quite done. We still have challenges and things. A few odd and end bits of cleanup. And, of course, building. We have 1 character progression. There we go. We have completed the Endgame chapter. And we have mastered Project E. Now, of course, there is still a lot of other stuff. Like, there's the super bags. And let's get ourselves an alchemical bag. And now we have lots of storage. So, and then of course there's like the repair talisman, except all of our stuff's unbreakable, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, and they actually changed the recipe. I was wondering about that because Destruction Catalyst is one of the most insane things ever. And it's funny too because they actually made it so you could craft this early on. It is actually a lot of fun to mine with though, I will say that. But we can go ahead and use our other 4 ATM stars today. Let's go ahead. We don't really want the dragon eggs, I don't guess. I mean, we're going to be farming dragons here pretty soon, but let's see. We're going to be making the creative spell book, the creative source jar, just for fun, basically. These I don't care about because they're just big storage, you know? And then there's the creative motor. Yeah, and then I guess the creative blaze cake. And then I'm still going to have 1 extra. You know, honestly, in that case, I might leave it laid out and just like have the Patrick Star missing or something. Because I made too many ATM stars. What do you know? Because I've got enough at the moment. And I do want to get that last creative essence and slot it up there, but yeah, then I might just leave it laid out. So there is our creative spell book. All right, and then next up we have the creative source jar. There we go. And now we have infinite source, which probably what I'm going to do is just put these like on displays. Maybe even the creative spell book, because I don't actually need them for anything. I've got basically infinite source with my mob farm. So then there is the creative motor. Gearbox, 3 large cogs. Okay. Well, actually this one I probably will use. And the reason being, the cobble gen, it's worked fine, but it's also a little bit laggy on FPS. TPS, I actually checked earlier, TPS is 20. So TPS I'm not worried about. Usually my computer can run things just fine, but FPS has taken a hit. No, I'm actually going to be... Yeah, I'm actually going to be... Well, no, it might be in here. Yeah, it's in here. Okay. Go ahead and craft me this. And then the creative blaze cake. There's the fey cake. I've got to go draw a circle. It's not that bad. It's just a circle, but... let me get a clay mug. And there's our creative motor. So I am going to, I think, shut down the cobble gen that's down here. Yeah, we'll just do that. Oh, look at that. I've got FPS again a little bit. And once we do the Wixies, once we remove them, we'll have super FPS again. And then for this, I'm just going to plug up... where do we want to go? Right here looks good. I don't think we need our cobble gen anymore. We can make everything with EMC. We'll just go to like 64 speed. That's fine. I don't need a really fast system on this. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go make ourselves a mana coffee real quick. Water bottle, blaze powder, mana coffee beans. Oh, and I just realized I forgot to show you guys something. I'll show it to you here in just a second. And I've got to get... oh, and this is actually going to double it too. There we go. Mana coffee beans. Blaze powder, and let me get a bottle of water. And luckily, all I have to do is draw a circle to complete this. Oh, look at that. First try. I am a master artificer. There is our mana coffee. Oh, we actually need a blaze cake for this. I've never even made a blaze cake on here. Which means we actually get to do a little bit of progress today, too. Let's go ahead, dump that in, dump that in, dump that in. Right? Yeah, and then just superheat it. Okay, so we're going to have to get ourselves a blaze cake. And then we're gonna go from the blaze cake straight to the super blaze cake. And we'll just put that in No, I don't actually want you to connect there. Where's my wrench? There we go. Boom. Automated compacting. There is our blaze cake base. And then let's get ourselves our spout. Let's get a mechanical pump. We'll just make this somewhere. Let's get a depot. So we'll put our tank up there. We'll just put our mechanical pump there. Then we'll do the depot. This will be like the only time we use it because we're to have automatic blaze cakes. Or endless blaze cakes. And then we'll just... No. Does the Edelwood just not work with things very well? There we go. That's going to go down into the spout. And then all we have to do is take our blaze cake base, set it down right there, and that's going to get filled. There's sploosh and quest complete. And we can just remove all of this now. And then let's take a look. We've got everything in that. Let's go ahead, superheat that. And that's going to make us our creative blaze cake, which basically burns forever. This takes a long time to craft. Honestly, I might speed this up. Because that blaze cake only lasts so long, and then otherwise I'm going to have to recraft another one. There we go. There's our creative blaze cake. And then we're just going to apply our creative blaze cake. Oh, and we can use it multiple times, really? And then that way it heats it. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the creative blaze cake. I'm not sure. We'll check back here in a second. I'm not sure if it activates it and it's not consumed, but it doesn't last forever as like superheated. Very special treat for blaze burners that allows controlling their heat level. After eating this cake, blaze burners will never run out of fuel. Right-click on blaze burner, locks the blaze burner's heat level. If used again, cycles the blaze burner's heat level. Okay, so he's going to be like super hot forever now. And we can use it on as many blaze burners as we want. But the other thing that I wanted to show you is this. That's what I was talking about doing with the doors. You know, I talked about that a bit back. Doing these Maho runes. It's actually underneath the door, and I've got it offset up here, but kind of blocking in the door. You only see it on this side. I could always add one on this side too, but this side right now is just plain. But yeah, I wanted to show you that. I meant to show you that with the other Maho circles. See, I was playing with circles for some time. They're so cheap to make, and they look so good. Like, hands down, my favorite thing about Maho is the circles. Is the Maho Gen projector, like, because it's actually good to look at and stuff. I mean, the spells do look nice, like I said, but they're just over the top, too goofy for me. But alright, let's go ahead and pull out Patrick, I guess. Sorry, Patrick, you're going into the dreaded Transmutation Tablet. And at this point, I can get rid of this, because there's nothing left in here. And then we'll just get the creative essence, slot it there, and then it'll be like basically a completed ATM star, but about 157 EMC from a completed ATM star. But that way it kind of... I think if we left it empty, it would be kind of boring. So we'll leave it filled out with another ATM star at the ready. So, but anyways, we have basically at this point completed the ATM star and Endgame part of the pack. Now we still have challenges and some quest cleanup, so we will be doing that as well as a character progression episode. It might be more like a half episode because we don't actually need any of the progression that I'm going to be going over. It's just things that I want to go over. That was kind of like, a lot of it was more like my backup plans in case dragons gave me any trouble, but they never did. So one killed me once, but beyond that, till I learned how to play the game, you know. So we'll be going over that, and then we've got just some quest cleanup and stuff, and then I'll be doing a bit of building, and then of course we'll have a final base tour and then a final world upload. But as far as ATM stars in Endgame, we have completed it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out, and I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.